3764. It's a PvP server because of the way I search for servers. I go by the ping. Uh, so the lower the ping, the better, obviously. And it just so happens that the majority of PvP servers have very, very low interference when it comes to getting done. But this server is still kind of a little janky. Every now and then I get a rubber banding, but it's not like it was really bad when the game first landed on PlayStation. It was kind of like, oh shit, I pulled aggro. Damn it. Alright, well, go ahead and do this. This is now a thing. So it's a new character. I was thinking about focusing on building this as a strength build because, being on a PvP server, you're going to want to have that. And the new Age of War is going to do some weird things to stamina. So, see, I'm not able to, loot containers without having to get down in it. So... a lot of different things I'm thinking about at once here and what I'm planning to do next. Okay, what's the next? Unlock the Torchbearer knowledge. So yeah, I am doing the journey steps because they're so much fun. I don't understand it. I have to be level 9. No, I have to be level 7. I should be able to have access to that. Why does it say I don't? I'm level 9. Am I out of points? I didn't notice. I should probably check and see if I'm out of points. Actually, let's go this way. Yeah. I have 9 points. And, all my conditions are met. So, this is not a good sign. So, going through the journey steps when you first land on a server is really important because you will... I'm going to have to log out and log back in. We're at 3764. So, anyway, so I used to go by the gamer tag HakoBot. Hako because it's box and bot because of robots, and I love robots. Unfortunately, I found out pretty quickly after playing some Destiny that gamer tag actually implies that I'm a hacker and I use bots. And that didn't come up to me in actual Destiny. It happened in Elder Scrolls Online that a person that I had been making friends with finally said, so why did you choose HakoBot? And I said, this is, well, because Hako means box and robot or bot is Slavic for servant, so I am a servant to the box. Because at the time, I had just come off of Xbox. I was playing an Xbox 360. And I moved back to PlayStation to play Destiny. And Destiny, curiously enough, I only had conversations with 5 or 6 people in the first couple years. But when I got to ESL, of course, that being a true MMORPG, we can check right now. I'll show you right now what I do. It's make sure all that's taken care of. It's not player versus player. It's supposed to be all. There we go. And then I just pick the one that has the lowest ping to it, which is 3876, which is actually pretty good. So I hit a couple of favorites on these. And then we want to go back to 3764. So I changed my name to Artist Poet. And the ping went up to 99 now. And says there's one other player on there now. So I might not stay on this one. So when you land on a new server, regardless of what the mode is, we'll go ahead and definitely play the journey steps because those will keep you occupied while you're testing out things. The other thing that I try to be aware of, so there's strawberry mochi Gaia cookie monster. Okay, that's cool. NPC? Yeah, NPC. The other thing you want to check in on is if there's any tier 3 altars laying around. And I don't think that the game will show you anything past your own history, but it is actually pretty good to pull this up and see if there's been any. Okay, yeah. So Avatar Set was summoned by Daedra from Oblivion. That was back on May 20th. So, right? Yeah, May 20th. So that's a ways back. So that's actually pretty cool. So there are some gods that go on here, and that's going to happen. See, the lag is spiking back and forth. So I don't know. I don't think I want to keep the server if it's going to be that spiky. 3760. Oh wait. So what I do when I realize I don't want the server, first of all, I put it on the no-fly list. So if I go surfing again, 3764 lag. Because I play mostly in the mornings, and of course later in the evenings for raid if I'm part of a group that's raiding. So I test on both those things, but this is terrible. So we're going to go to the character screen, and we're going to recreate the character, which wipes me from the server completely, and I'll make sure that I don't come back. And that's kind of the process. So yeah, why am I server surfing again? Because because the so-called chill PvP by consent server that I was on has turned aggro. And there's a couple of groups that are just actively destroying everybody. Which, I mean, it's PvP, that's part of the game, but I don't PvP the same way as everybody else does. Um, it's what I've been told so many times. I believe that it should be PvP with consent, that you should have, some kind of an open agreement. And I don't believe in player versus wall, or player versus... I believe in player versus player. So yeah, if you jump me out in the wild and we go at it, then yeah, that's PvP. Expect that I will come back for you. Will I actually break into your base and loot your stuff? Depends. It depends. If you leave my crap where it is after you beat me up, then I probably won't feel the need to come after you beyond just returning the favor. Um, but if you're mugging people, then that's not really player versus player. That's just GTA. And then I will probably call in some people, and we will go at the base. But that's been rare. That was kind of like early game before really understanding what is about Conan Exiles that makes it different than all the other survival sandbox games or survival combat games. Is It's not like Rust. It's not like Ark. Um, it has elements of those things, but the average player, not the common player, but the average player that I encounter, they're here because they're a fan of the Conan stories. They're a fan of the setting, um, and I've been surprised to find so many of them are actual role playing gamers, not necessarily fifth edition D&D types, but people who actually have played the Conan RPG or the Cthulhu RPG. Um, and that's kind of fun because when you get into those kinds of conversations, you talk about game mechanics and ethics and design principles and stuff, and what makes good game design, what makes good players. But anyway, that's all there is for now. I thank you for stopping by.